I'm Amy Cherry. Wet weather puts a dent in drought conditions. Ben Smith has more.
Thursday's U.S. Drought Monitor report put out every week by the Climate Prediction Center still shows most of Florida in some state of drought, especially in the center and northeast regions. However, the report only includes data collected through Tuesday. That's when 3 days of steady rainfall swept through the area, with the National Weather Service reporting over 4 inches of rain in Palm Coast through yesterday. Other parts of Flagler County have gotten 2 to 4 inches of rain in that time, meaning next week's report should show further reductions in drought-stricken areas. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Ben Smith.
This portion of WNZF Local News, a service of the Daytona Beach International Airport. Fly to the Big Apple in a New York minute on JetBlue from the Daytona Beach International Airport.
Students in Flagler schools are seeing gains in the latest round of state testing. Mary Rose Hamilton takes a look.
The Florida Department of Education released the results from state assessment tests yesterday. There were plenty of bright spots for Flagler schools in those results, says Superintendent James Tager. We have always been looking to improve our scores, but I am extremely excited at what we're seeing. You look at the trends, and our students are either at or above the state average in every subject but one. He says the Florida Standards Assessment tests students in English, language, arts, and mathematics, and of course exams test students in Algebra 1 and 2, geometry, biology, civics, and U.S. history. According to the Florida Department of Education, 58% of Flagler students in grades 3 to 10 scored a level 3 or higher in English language arts. That compares to the state average of 54%. Students in grades 3 through 5 and 6 through 8 and 9 through 12 either increased or maintained their scores compared to last year. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Mary Rose Hamilton.
Local nonprofits are getting a major boost. United Way of Volusia Flagler counties is doling out nearly $1.5 million to 30 programs it considers to be top of the line. Some programs are receiving funding for the first time while others are losing it. The process is quite competitive, with more than 50 nonprofits asking for more than $3 million in funding. But with only half of that to give, United Way had some tough choices to make. The programs that are receiving the funding include 9 transitional programs, 7 educational programs, as well as a mix of health and financial stability programs. The monies kick in next month and will last for 2 years to really gauge the impact of the funding on the programs. Palm Coast celebrates its Portuguese heritage tonight with a flag raising. Mayor Melissa Holland says it's happening at Palm Coast City Hall at 6 p.m. tonight, ahead of Portugal Day Saturday. She called it a groundbreaking moment.
It's the first time in any city hall in the state of Florida. Oftentimes, historically in Palm Coast, they did it over at the Portuguese Club, did a flag raising ceremony, but historically it's more meaningful to them when they do it at the official government building within the city where it's housed. So it meant a lot to them.
Honorary Consul Cesar DePaco says it's a proud moment for them since they moved the embassy from Orlando to Palm Coast in 2015 to better represent the people.
There's a lot more Portuguese people here in Palm Coast. We are close to 10,000 people here in Palm Coast. Our traditions, our culture, it actually is impregnated right here in Palm Coast.
In addition to the flag raising, there will be Portuguese dance performances. In case of rain, the celebration will be moved to the community wing inside City Hall. And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.